Dog Nation, Jackson, Janet's greetings, and welcome to your Daily Dose of Donkey with Ginger. It's your boy, the Viking Donkey, bringing you some Steelers talk. It's getting really serious in here. We got Laskers, we got Gingy, we got a Steelers win. And boys, before I let you talk, this is the Steelers team I have been most excited about. I talked about it in the offseason for like 5 years. And it's not that we're good at passing the ball. It's not that we're good running the ball. It's not that we're good at stopping the run or the pass. It's just this team finally has something that might make it a threat in the playoffs. The defense is the same. Turnovers are the way to go. But this offense has this explosive nature and a quarterback who, if he can keep it up, we might have the best red zone offense in the league. And that's something to hang your hat on, Gingy.
Mutant Ninja in the house. We're coming back after a dub. Here we go, Steelers. Right? It wasn't pretty. You know what, though? It was pretty for about 50 minutes or so. Right? There were some different things, Donkey, that I really pointed out that I definitely want to remind to talk about later. But there were some cash or trash questions last week that they really reminded me of this game.
You should have picked the over hundo, buddy.
I know, right? I was thinking about it. I should have.
Dude, Gingy, I told you we were going to need some big plays, baby. A DK 80 yards to the house. Well, that's the first touchdown in Ireland, right, Laskers? Let's go.
Yeah, definitely the first touchdown in Ireland, and Laskers is finally back. I'm sorry I've been missing the last 4 weeks, but I went to Hawaii for 2 of them, so, I can't really judge myself on that one. I had a good time, and I'm glad to be back, and, DK first touchdown in Ireland, that's awesome.
Gingy, we knew it had to be a Steelers win. I mean, I understand that the Vikings like to take over little foreign countries or whatever, right?
Whoa.
But dude, it's the Rooneys. You know they had to do that. You know it had to be a Steelers win. But, Gingy, you like the whole NFL sweeping under the Skylar Thompson getting mugged before the game, out the night before? Got to keep international relations well. Poor Skylar got his ass beat, lost his cell phone. Man, I wanted to hear a little more of that story, see what really happened out there. But I don't get a no, so I guess we'll just have to talk about football, Gingy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate talking about football. That's very unfortunate turn of events. But we're looking at Aaron Rodgers protecting the ball, right? No turnovers again by Aaron Rodgers. Really like to see that. And some of the things that I called out last week, jumping to the defensive side, did I see a Patrick Queen blitz in there? Actually utilizing and playing
Deshaun Elliott
strong.
Absolutely, I believe Deshaun Elliott blitzed as well from the safety spot.
I wanted a safety blitz too. Called that both out. Really like to see that on that side of the ball. They all did pretty well for him.
Yeah, slowed down that Vikings running game. Held him under 4 yards a carry. We talked about that being important. Really helped set the tone. But Gingy, the same problems persist in. Jesus, when are we going to learn to cover a wide receiver or anyone who runs across the middle of the field? The
middle of the field's pretty wide open all the time.
Why don't we use it more? Time. I mean, we get 80-yard touchdowns when we run mid-slants. Come on now. Let's use it a little more.
Laskers probably knows.
Oh, no. The question for Laskers.
Let's run slants. I'm all about slants. Let's go.
Pat Freiermuth getting out-snapped by Darnell Washington. Is this a thing to come more to see in the future? The Steelers' high-paid, top 10-ish tight end, people like to say, seeing less of the field for these tight ends who are better at run blocking in Darnell Washington's case and seeing better at catching the football in Jonnu Smith's case. Are we going to see this continued limited snap count for Pat Freiermuth going forward?
Yeah, I don't know. He needs to get his act together for sure. Sorry, Laskers, go for it.
Oh, no, I think he needs to get... I agree with you 100%, Gingy. I think he needs to get his act together. If not, what are we paying you for? I mean, why are you on the team? Let's trade you right now.
I couldn't tell you that, but I'll tell you right now, Gingy, I don't think I've seen less effort ever given on a play. And these are Steeler fans who want to call out Deontay Johnson, call out George Pickens. You ever seen less effort given on a play than Pat Freiermuth on that blocked field goal? Like, the dude didn't even move as the guy runs around the edge to block the kick. Are you freaking kidding me?
If you're going to play special teams, you got to actually play.
At least pick your hands up and look like you're blocking, right, Laskers?
Oh yeah, definitely. At least look like you're blocking. I mean, otherwise, what are you doing there?
Yeah, for real. Really, I thought Jaylen Warren not playing might be a big effect in this game, but Gingy, Kenneth Gainwell has a pretty solid game. Now, let's be honest here. Washington was beat up coming into the game. We talked about them missing Van Ginkel. Their offensive line got hurt through the game. And I talked about this before. The injuries, including their quarterback, the injuries that were going on, this was a game the Steelers had to take advantage of it. They did. They made it a lot closer at the end than it needed to be. But are we starting to see, and it's not really an established identity, but are we starting to see the Steelers become that team that what they do well is perform between the 20s? Because the last 2 weeks, our defense has stepped up really well in that area, and the offense has stepped up really well in that area. Now, maybe we're not good at the rest of the game, the pass stopping, the run stopping, the passing, the running. But, Gingy, if we can establish an identity on both sides of the ball of being a team that is dominant in the red zone, that could create what I talked about in a team that might be scary in the playoffs for the first time in this decade.
Especially a team that can both perform in the red zone and cause opportunity turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
That combination could be lethal to any good football team.
Yeah. Some specific plays I want to get your thoughts on. I already went about the DK thing. How about Peyton Wilson chasing down Jordan Addison at the end of the game to kill a bunch of that clock to really help the Steelers cement the win by making the Vikings waste more time before they could score the touchdown? Huge shout out there for the effort play by Peyton Wilson, right, Laskers?
Oh, definitely. That's a huge effort play.
Gingy, what you see on that one?
I was amazed that's not supposed to happen. That was it. He was behind. He covered a lot of ground, Donkey. That's not.
He's fast.
Clearly super fast, but I don't know if that position typically runs down that guy. Most linebackers in the league, do you think run that guy down from that angle and distance?
Coverage backers in the Peyton Wilson mold more so than the others, right? That's not a play you're going to see Cole Holcomb, Patrick Queen type of linebackers make. But you do got some dudes out there who can just flat out fly at linebacker. Peyton Wilson. Who's the guy that the Broncos just signed away from the Dre Greenlaw? Those type of guys will occasionally make that play for sure. And we have one of them, and it's nice to see. I like to see the utilization of him more as a passing backer than running downs. Cole Holcomb's a lot more expertise in that one, I guess is what we'll phrase it as. But the secondary looked a lot sharper. Deshaun Elliott, clearly the best player in that secondary, came back, has himself some effects in the game. Really good to see Deshaun back playing well. But there's still some plays in there that you just gotta question the Steelers on, right? Like fourth downs, leaving wide receivers wide open. That big play that let Addison even get there was a breakdown, absolute in coverage. We're seeing injuries to Jalen Ramsey getting out there. The secondary looking shaky at best. I mean, both Vikings receivers went over 100 yards, correct?
I can double check that, but yeah, I think so.
I believe both of them went over.
Yes, 126, 114.
There's one huge thing that still kills me with the Pittsburgh Steelers last year, and that is their inability to try to win football games. Aaron Rodgers convinces Mike Tomlin to go for it on 4th and goal, but we run a freaking run play when we know our running offense can't get a yard. Gingy, were we even trying to score when we went for it on 4th down there?
That is really embarrassing, right? Because when you call for it, you got to make it.
You got to let Aaron Rodgers have the football. He is the guy you brought in to run this offense. We know we struggle at short yardage. And not only that, We have skinny Kenneth Gainwell as the back end on that play. If you're going to run the ball, at least put in, I don't know, the guy who showed he could gain a yard the whole preseason, and we've activated off the practice squad to just be a kick returner for some reason, even though he has no explosiveness. By the way, his name's Trey Sermon. If you're going to run the ball at the 2-yard line, give the frickin' ball to Trey Sermon if it's going to be inside the tackles, Laskers.
Yeah, go with someone that's big and tough.
And Gingy, the one thing that really concerns me going into the playoffs is against the playoff team with a full array, and you saw us almost give the Vikings the tying score because of it. When you go for it on fourth down, or you have fourth down at the midfield mark with like a minute or so to go in a football game, you don't punt anymore. You go for it. I don't think Mike Tomlin will ever go to win a football game. And that's what still scares me about this team if we make the playoffs is if we get that scenario, I think Tomlin makes the wrong decision. We'll punt the ball to a frickin' Patrick Mahomes, and the Steelers will be crying again. We need to stop this, let them lose the game attitude, and we need to start going for the jugular for the win.
You can tell the way that our offense is composed, though. Salary-wise, all the way wise, we're a team that's built to try to lean on the defense. And you can argue or not whether that's the winning formula in the modern-day NFL. But that's the way Tomlin's going to go. Because that's the way the team's built.
Gigi, I hear you, but I don't think there's an argument to be had. We look at every other team in the league and how they play. I don't think that argument's even to be had. Like, Laskers, are we just playing antiquated football, or do you back Gingy here? Do you think that there is an argument to be had to be playing this safe style of football late in the game?
No, I think we're playing antiquated football. Like, you got to go for the win. We got to stop trying to hope that the defense holds everyone off, because we've seen it. We can't.
And question 2 I want to get to you here, Gingy. We intentionally, with the ball at the 49-yard line, and Danny Smith said this was his call, intentionally punted it out of the end zone so it'd be like a net 19-yard punt. Intentionally punted out of the end zone on that situation. What the hell? What?
Yeah, I don't think that's the right call.
That's the call that was made. Instead of going for it, we punted out of the back of the end zone.
Even with a guy like Waitman back there, you got to be able to try to pin him deep. That's really where the advantage lies there. If you're going to take him out to the 20, then what? I mean, if you happen to take him out to the 20, that's a loss. Like, if you get a touchback there, that's a loss.
And that's what we played for. They said that was coaching decision.
And we played for that. And that's what I'm saying. And we played for that outcome. That, to me, is uncertain.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I want to tell you right now, outside of the coaching things, this team is exactly, when I talk to you guys, what I thought we could be in terms of how we would be successful. Gingy, we talked about this a lot in this offseason, is I'm like, I don't know if we'll be good at anything, but if Aaron Rodgers can score touchdowns and, turn back the clock, we could be a team that's scary. We're 4 weeks in now. I think it's fair to say our offensive line's getting better. I'm not going to say they're good, but they're getting better. The defense is exactly what it's been for the last 5 years. If you're curious what that looks like, just watch any of the last 5 years. The difference is, if this offense can be elite at one thing, and it's red zone offense, that's what you want to be elite at, right? If we only get 2 trips to the red zone, but they're both touchdowns, that's such a big change from the last 3-4 years where, 30% of our red zone attempts end up in touchdowns? Like, we just get in the red zone twice, score 2 touchdowns, get over the other side of the field 3 more times, that's 3 Boswell field goals. We put up 23 points. That could let the Steelers be competitive here going into the future, right?
I hope so. Not against all teams.
No. Well, if we can force some timely turnovers, no, who knows? A little magic.
Maybe. There's some high-scoring offenses in the AFC.
Yeah, there is. There's also a really clear chance of the Steelers being a first or a division winner here. The Ravens getting some more injuries. The Browns looking bad. We all saw what's going on with the Bengals. Like, this could be entertaining.
Being 2 ahead, 4 in is only mildly comforting, Donkey, at this point.
I actually agree with Gingy, because It's early for a bye week.
Yeah, it is the bye week after the travel. And to be fair, I think it's a good bye week for us. A lot of injuries, getting healthy. So we don't have a whole lot of other stuff to talk to outside of this game. Anything that you guys want to talk about in this game other than that?
No,
Absolutely.
nothing I can think of.
Absolutely, yeah. I still am very impressed by a 100-yard receiver finally on this team. I mean, I know it's pretty average for most people, but come on, man. We've been waiting for this. I'm happy to see 5 yards of carry from Gainwell. And overall, I think that we really slammed him up front, especially on the offensive line. That was a big pickup for them, right? We hadn't been able to establish the run not once this year. Yeah. We hadn't been able to establish a run in a long time. And I don't know, maybe with the luck of the Irish over in Ireland, maybe we were able to really dominate up front and push some yardage up there. Even with Gainwell, even with Warren out, right? One of our key offensive players, both in the run and the receiving game, and still being able to put up a formidable offense, I think really shows to the weird versatility of the.
Right, Gingy, you got weird versatility and then you broke up, so I need the finish of that one.
The weird versatility of the Steeler offense.
All
right?
Yeah. Fair to say. Anything else from you, Laskers, about what you saw and were impressed by or not impressed by?
I'll be honest, I really didn't watch too much of the game, so I really don't have much to add because I was too busy.
That's fair enough. I don't know if you guys watched the Sunday night game. Because no, wait, Gingy, you were talking still. So do you have any other further points on this before we talk about any other fun NFL stuff going on?
I guess final point would be I really like seeing the guys who are paid the money balling out, and I feel like that's what happened last week. The guys who are paid the money balled out.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. Did you guys happen to watch the Sunday night game where the Packers and Cowboys proved that no one won the Micah Parsons trade as of point one?
I watched part of that game.
Dude,
I've never been a tie.
I've never been entertained by a tie, but that 40-40 overtime tie was a ridiculously entertaining football game.
Man.
Like that game was entertaining. I absolutely enjoyed every moment of it. It was really fun to see. Lamar Jackson getting hurt, boo-hoo Ravens. And how about the Cleveland Browns quarterback change? Dylan Gabriel now taking the reins for the Browns.
By November, it'll be Shadur Sanders.
I don't disagree with Gingy.
That's a fair assumption to make.
What else do you want me to say about the Browns?
No, that's a fair assumption to make.
I don't know much about Gabriel Donkey. Do you got any insight on him?
He's a decent quarterback. Old guy, did a lot of the Bo Nix type of thing, moved around a bunch of schools, played here, played there, had some success everywhere he's kind of played. Undersized, little bit limited on the arm motion. What's going to make the difference for him is whether or not he can read the field well, right? Make those decisions, be preemptive with his throws, throw the old Tom Brady thing where he says you throw the ball before the wide receiver's open to throw the wide receiver open type of guy, right? It's hard to be that type of guy. Who knows? Get to see some tape on him, get to see a little bit of him, see what happens there. I don't really care. Just when he plays the Steelers, I hope we absolutely wallop the rookie, right?
That's what we want.
Yeah. That's all I got. I really don't have a whole lot of NFL stuff going on this week. Not a whole lot of stuff from last week. We already talked about what I thought was entertaining in the Packers game, so.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you guys saw from the NFL last week or going into this week that you would like to talk about?
Colts finally getting knocked off. Trying to figure out who the players are in the AFC.
Danny Dimes looking like Danny Dimes of the bad
looking
days.
vulnerable, looking vulnerable again.
Yeah, that's
know,
fair to say.
But still, that division is wide open because the Texans, for which everyone assumed was going to absolutely dominate that division for the next 10 years, they're really kind of.
You can't get rid of your whole offensive line and expect to be good. They're learning the hard way.
Yeah, like that's a bummer for them. So it does look like a wide open division. I don't know, in the East, right? That's kind of interesting to me. It's clearly the Buffalo Bills, but is there anybody else going to come from there? Like I said, just waiting for the AFC to shape up here.
In the West, no.
In the West looks
could
like
be fun.
An absolute nightmare. Yeah,
the Broncos only have 2 losses since they got screwed on a leverage call. The Chargers are getting injured, but are still 3-1 with a win over the Chiefs. The Chiefs are looking vintage Kansas City.
Yeah, yeah, that's a huge problem out there with those 3.
Vegas maybe gets something going.
That's a huge problem with those 3. I said, Donkey, just those 3.
That's fair. That's fair to say.
But yeah, that's
Philly doing Philly things.
Yeah, I haven't really noticed the NFC yet. Maybe week 6 when I think about power rankings, say.
Fair enough.
I don't know, Donkey. That's pretty much all
that's all I got. So I guess we can just get in, have a nice quick week this week because it is bye week. Laskers, how about you lead us in the predictions for this week here? We got to pick some AFC North football games. You got that up and ready for us?
Yep. The first game is Vikings-Browns. And I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Is it at Cleveland?
It's at Cleveland.
No, it's in London, and the Vikings have been there extra, so they're not jet lagged. Yeah, I like the Vikings, Gingy.
Absolutely, Vikings.
All right, Laskers, where are we going next here after the London game?
Texans at Ravens. And
trap.
Give me the Ravens.
Is Lamar playing this week or not?
I don't actually know. It's going to take me longer to figure that one out.
You know what? I want the Texans.
Give me the Ravens.
I want the Texans.
They're going to swallow them up, man.
Give me a minute. I'm getting the injury report.
I know Lamar has that hamstring injury. I just don't know if it's missing the game or just a limited type of version. I know the Ravens will be...
He's out. He's out.
Yeah, he's out. Give me the Texans, without a doubt. Without a doubt, the Texans with Baltimore without Lamar, because Lamar is that team. Although maybe Derrick Henry gets the ball 100 times, but then I think you're playing into what Houston wants you to do.
I'm still sticking with my answer, but...
And we got... Who do we got the broken bongos playing this week?
The Lions. Give me the Lions.
Oh, Jesus.
It's Lions at Bongles. It's Lions at Bongles. Give me the Lions.
I don't care. The Pride is coming into Cincinnati to take over. For sure, give me that. How about any shout-outs this week? Because there's multiple of them. Shout-out this week. Let's go to Laskers. First time back. Who you got?
I got nothing for you.
Nothing. Oh, my goodness gracious. Gingy, you got a shout-out for me?
You know Gingy has one on a dub. You actually mentioned it during the show this week, and you know how I feel about effort plays.
Just going Gainwell.
It's Peyton Wilson, dude. Chase down.
Peyton Wilson chase down to save a touchdown and milk, another 45 minute off the clock? For that, I think that really, it wasn't good overall, but he bailed out what I believe is his boy Chuck Clark, who I believe completely was the one who put coverage on that play. Bailed his boy out and, really showed what he's made of in terms of speed. Chased him down, stopped touchdown. Shout out Peyton Wilson.
That's a good one. Lasker stole my shout-out. Kenneth Gainwell stepping up in a position really the Steelers needed to get a running game. Haven't had it all year. He's the backup. we're game planning like Warren's going to play. He doesn't play. Gainwell steps up and has the best game a Steelers running back had all year. I gotta give a shout out there, and a special one to explosive plays, man. Just all of them that were made. T.J. Watt interception, DK Metcalf to the house, all of that. Great to see. And any closing thoughts here before we do a sign off from anybody?
Really happy to see TJ Watt with a sack and a pick. Massive game changer.
Yup. Laskers, any closing thoughts?
Nope, I got nothing.
All right, no cash or trash this week because we ain't got no game. Tune in next week. We'll have it all ready to go with some awesome things ready for the prediction of we play the Clowns next week. Let's go on that. I am the Viking Donkey. That's Viking_Donkey at Twitch or Twitter. Your Daily Dose Donkey. Ginger is the awesome YouTube channel where you get this sweet content. Let's go, Laskers. Let them know.
I'm the Laskers everywhere. If you can't find me, well, too bad for you. To the Gingy.
Mutant Gingy in the house. Still in after your trip back from Ireland, folks. Take a week off, get back, but keep them towels close, baby. Talking about the Browns?
No.
Wave them if you got them. Here we go, Steelers.